And then some of my perspectives as well as a licensed captain. I have my 100-ton captain's license, 100-ton master from the United States Coast Guard. Oddly enough, this is a true story. How old am I now? 60. So almost 40 years ago, about 36 years ago, I worked for 2 years on a 300-foot survey vessel. I can talk about it now. I was a merchant marine at the time, a merchant mariner, and we worked on survey vessels that were contracted by the Navy, by the U.S. government, basically. And we were doing a little bit of, it was at the very end of the Cold War, and we were doing some submarine research. And we were 100% civilian on the boats, which allowed us to do things that the military couldn't do, and I wasn't supposed to talk about it. We were classified. Everyone was classified on the boats, lowest level of being classified information. But I figure I can talk about it now. There's no one from the CIA here, is there?
You'll never know.
Right. Yeah. So I saw a lot on those boats. First off, I've been a waterman my entire life. I grew up down in Southern California, basically grew up in the water. I've been a responsible hunter my whole life out in the ocean, a free diver. I've dove all the Channel Islands, done lots of bug diving, which are lobsters, spearfish diving, blue water diving, and abalone diving up north back when you could do that. So I have a deep respect and love for the ocean. And when I was a merchant mariner, to this day, after 60 years of being on the earth, the most awesome, in the true sense of the word, thing that I've ever seen in my life was the North Atlantic crossing that I did. And Bonnie mentioned it in the film. She talked about gale force winds and high swells, and went through 40-foot plus swells and gale conditions crossing the North Atlantic. It's like nothing you've ever experienced in your life. The ocean is sacred. And you all know that because you're here tonight and you're communing with other folks that have that same belief. The opposite of that, and Bonnie mentioned it as well, is the motivation coming from the top down on this offshore wind project. What's the motivation? Money. Follow the money, as they say. So we're here because we love the ocean, we value community, we value the names of the 2 fishing boats that family owns are the tradition and the heritage. And the first time, I start to get a little choked up just thinking about the significance of that, because I watched it the first time and did tear up before tonight. But the values that we maintain here locally of heritage and tradition and community and looking out for one another don't exist at all with what's going on right now with these proposed projects offshore. The number one motivator is tax credits. Billions of dollars worth of tax credits. And with the new administration coming in, I think it's ironic that a lot of folks typically wouldn't support the individual or the policies of the person that's coming in office right now that are traditional environmentalists. However, in this instance, hallelujah, bring it on, cut this thing at the kneecaps. Because it appears that this new administration also sees that this is simply a financial, not only a boondoggle, but cronyism. It's a financial giveaway of our tax dollars. And so the survey vessels that are out there, that have been out there recently, and I didn't hear anything about the survey vessels that are going to be coming in at any plans. Didn't hear a word. Ultimately, those vessels are being supported through your tax dollars that are going to foreign enterprises that are then paying those vessels. At least the survey vessels are domestic, but it's just a crazy, crazy situation. when you look at it. The other thing that I learned spending 2 years on these 300-foot vessels out in the ocean, mostly offshore, 20 miles plus, Bonnie alluded to it as well, it is a different world out there. You don't have to be a scientist or a genius to figure out that putting these monstrosities 20 to 30 miles off the coast with untested technology is not prudent. It's stupid. Let's just call it what it is. It's stupid. It's stupid and inane. When you spend time out on the water, months and years out in the ocean, the strength and power along with the beauty leaves an indelible touch upon you. And I guarantee that the folks that are proposing these wind farms have never spent months or years out in the ocean. So here's my promise to you in terms of local control, because it feels like at times, here we are, I'm representing the 11,000, or will be as of Tuesday, the 11,000 citizens of Morro Bay, and everyone else that enjoys the bay and our waters off the coast of Morro Bay, out into Estero Bay. It feels like for us that we've got just a freight train coming down. We're a little mouse on the tracks, just doing our thing, eating our cheese and enjoying life and the beauty of our area. But coming down the tracks is this freight train barreling down at 100 miles an hour. And we're doing our best to stand up and say, wait. So my promise to you is I'm going to fight for your interests. I'm going to fight for the ocean's interests. The ocean has a voice through people like Mandy, Andrea, Nicole, and all of you. You are giving voice and agency to Mother Ocean that otherwise is not going to have a voice because the money doesn't care. And those that are removed from the heart and soul of our community and the ocean don't care. They just simply have other interests. So I will do everything in my power to prevent this debacle from moving forward. I'm the little mouse compared to the big elephant of the federal government and the state government and billions of dollars. But I will tell you this, I will go down swinging. And I'm not going to let it happen without protest.
Aren't elephants afraid of mice?
Give me a bigger end. I'm the whale. Well, no, that's not a good analogy either. The mouse to the whale.
It's because the mouse will run up their trunk.
Yes. Thank you. So, let's see. Other than that, well, yeah, I'll just tell you that I'm going to keep fighting. I'll stay in contact with your leadership. I've got some cards with me that have my cell number and my personal email. If you would like my contact information, feel free to take that, and I'll open it up for any questions that